Welcome back to another onlinedrummer.com Monday lesson. I'm Nate Brown, and in this lesson, I'm going to be talking about a technique called concealing the backbeat, and it's actually from the song Tough Mama by Bob Dylan, and you get the sheet music at onlinedrummer.com. Also, for those of you who are new to my lessons, I have a new book out with Alfred Music Publishing. It's Alfred's Beginning Workbook for Snare Drum, and you can check the link out below this video to learn more about the book. And a lot of you know that I'm doing Skype drum lessons, and I'm really having a great time with these lessons. I look forward to them each week. It's a lot different than just talking to a camera or writing a book or an article. You actually get interaction. I really am having a good time. So check it out in the link below. You can learn more about that. This technique used in Tough Mama by Bob Dylan, 1973 Planet Waves album, it's written there, is a perfect example of concealing the backbeat. And the backbeat normally we consider it's just the snare drum that plays on 2 and 4 usually. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, Tough Mama includes that, okay? It's not out of the norm. You're not having the beat on like 1 and whatever. But occasionally, just to keep it interesting, it switches the backbeat and kind of conceals it. And for the average listener, you're listening like, whoa, where'd it go? It almost makes you think that it moved. And then it goes back into the backbeat. So I'm going to play this for an example and just listen to the snare drum placement.
Perfect strangers, come on in at last. Silver angel, with a badge of lonesome road written on your sleeve.
So hopefully when listening to that, you could hear the snare placement really moved around a lot and very creatively to almost throw off that backbeat or conceal the backbeat. Let's go over the counting of this, and we'll go over the counting of this. All right, the first thing written here, it says found at 2 minutes and 8 seconds into the song. It's actually measure 45. There's a plus sign above that X note head because you're coming from an open hi-hat, and when you come from an open hi-hat, the X means to close the hi-hat. So that's why it's there. On the anda of 2, you've got parentheses around the note, and for those of you that don't know, that means it's a ghost stroke. So this is going to be real quiet. I'm going to play all of the first measure. 1 and 2 and and 4 and. Do that a little slower. 1 and 2 and and 4 and. So there you go. The snare drum is on the and of 4. Next measure goes back to count 2, but then it has the anda, or the and of 3. So you're throwing it off. It goes back to 2, and you think, oh, okay, it's back. And then all of a sudden, the and of 3. So it's pretty cool. Let me try measure 2. 1 and 2, 3 and. I close that open hi-hat when it hits the bass drum. So and. Next measure really doesn't have anything to do with concealing the backbeat, but it's cool, so I'll go over it. You got a crash, and then what's called a drag or rough. You bounce the stick. You can do what's called an open rough, where you distinctly bounce twice and then hit. But in this song, it's more closed. Closed meaning it's a buzz and not just 2 strokes. So the last measure of the first line, we've got a crash cymbal. 1, 2, and. Starts at 16th note triplet sequence with the first 2 16th note triplets missing. So 1, you're going to start li and a la, or a li and a la. Or if you count triplet, you'll start on the let. Triplet, 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 triplet. The sticking there I like to use is to start with my right stick, because I'm going to have 4 strokes, and that leaves my right stick open over here. I don't get caught up. I lost track of the counting, whatever. So that whole last measure is 1. And then back into the groove of measure 48. Measure 48 also has some cool concealing the backbeat. 1 and 2, 3 and 8 and. Keep going. 2, 3 and 4 and. And I'll go over this fill. It's 1 and 2 ghost strokes, which are buzzes. 1 and. It's actually a 5-stroke roll. Do that again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 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 1 and 2 and 3 and and then back into the beat with no crash this time. So it's kind of cool how sometimes a crash is thrown in, and then other times when you expect it to be there, it just goes right back into the groove. It really makes a statement. So measure 51, 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 2, 3 and 4 and So that measure 51 even throws off that or conceals that backbeat even more with that E of 4, 4, 8 and then the open hi-hat. It's just a really cool groove. I'll play 51 and 52 again. The next piece that I found is actually at 1 minute 30 seconds into the song. It's measure 31. This is going from the chorus on the ride bell to back into the main groove. And this is just another example of concealing the backbeat. So I'll start by playing it for you. So that first measure doesn't have anything to do with the display or concealing the backbeat, but it's cool. So let me go over that. The ostinato with the right stick is on the bell, 1 and the 2 and 3 and the 4. And it starts with a crash, 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4. Now it's going to be a buzz on 4. Come back with your right stick and do that again. 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and then into the groove. And what's cool again here, goes back into the groove, but there's no crash. That beat just makes a statement on its own. Second measure of that piece, 1 and 2, a 3 and 4 and. Do it again. 1 and 2, a 3 and 4 and. And then the third measure, 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and. Do that again. 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and. And you could play the middle tom. I know it is notated as the middle tom, so I should probably do that. 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and. When it comes to toms, when you're reading music, everybody tunes their toms differently. They sound different, so it's better to choose ones that keep the same rhythm, but match the sound of the song the best as possible. All right, I saved my favorite for last because this is just a great groove. I'm going to play this a couple times through. I don't know why I like that. I just like that pattern. It's pretty cool. 38, measure 38, the first measure of the last selection. 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and the ghost buzz. 1 and 2, a 3 and flam and It's important that you don't close the hi-hat on that with that ghost stroke. So you've got 4, or I'm sorry, and close it on 1. And 1. You might want to practice just doing that. And 1. And 1. And then you can speed it up. I'll play that again and count it. 38 and 39. 1 and 2. A 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. A 3 and 4 and 1. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Have some fun with it. Download the sheet music. And don't forget, every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we add brand new sheet music to the site so you can learn your favorite songs. And if we don't have a song that you want, we've got a request service too. So check that out at onlinedrummer.com. And don't forget to check out the Skype lessons below. Keep drumming.